What's up, guys? Once again, here we are again in the same situation of more winter weather here coming across portions of the central and northern parts of the United States. It's getting very active. You can tell on this map right here, there's just a ton of activity here happening across the area. We have winter weather advisories out there. We have winter storm warnings already issued across some areas, winter weather advisories and flood watches. This right here is going to be the storm that comes in Wednesday through Thursday. There's initially going to be another system that comes out tonight into Tuesday. It's going to be targeting this area right here, which is storm number 1. This is storm number 2. So storm number 1 is actually going to come across portions of southern Illinois, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas into Kentucky, and into the lower Ohio Valley, spreading some snow accumulations. So talking about that, you can talk there towards Louisville and parts of Lexington, Kentucky. Those areas are going to get some decent snowfall of like 3 to 6 inches plus in some areas. So they already have some winter storm warnings there already issued with that. And they're also going to get some freezing rain. And then just to the south of that, they already have some flood watches issued for potential chances of some flooding with some of the rain. And then we have our storm system here, number 2. It's going to be coming out of the, the Colorados, kind of targeting like this, goes straight up like this, and bringing all heavy snow on that northern side of region there, which is just going to be straightening up. And don't be surprised if Lake Michigan, as the system's on approach, does feed in some lake enhancement there that the forecast models are not picking up on it yet, but the HRRR model will pick up on it better. That could spread in some more additional higher snow totals towards near the lake shores and even a couple counties inland, in combination of stronger wind gusts and blowing and drifting snow too. So we'll be getting into those details now. So they already have a couple winter storm watches now issued on a couple sides of the Illinois side, a few counties there. Talking about just east of Hannibal, Barry, Griggsville area, Mount Sterling, west of Macomb, Carthage, and then near Burlington. So meaning that they're thinking that the system could possibly take a more northerly track instead of doing this. So there could be more winter storm watches that kind of go out across this area region like this, probably. So something like this. That's what the European model and the GFS, the European and the Canadian model both had an agreement on, is more of a northerly track, kind of curving more to the north, or the GFS is kind of more central based. So we'll just have to see and wait and figure out, what happens with that. Let's go ahead and check out some of the forecast models really here. Go over to our European model. And you can see the European model comes in Wednesday. This is Wednesday afternoon. This is Wednesday evening. This is Wednesday midnight. This is Thursday morning, early morning still, Thursday early morning, and then that's what the current European model, the 12Z update, is showing. Really nice northerly track here, showing Iowa getting nailed here, and central northern Illinois into Michigan, and you can see there's some bullseye there, some lake enhancement there towards Waukegan and Kenosha area. So it is possible that the northerly could get more substantial snowfall, and it's taking more of a northerly track. We'll just have to figure out what the forecast models are doing here at the last second. But I'm pretty sure it's why they're holding off on any winter storm watches more into Illinois, or right now at all. You can see they kind of curve up more north, so maybe it is taking more of a northerly track. And then here's the Canadian model, which is a little bit more south, but still showing a huge area of 6-inch plus snowfall totals across a large portion here. So the system is so huge with so much moisture being pulled north, overlapping into cold air. Everyone's going to get some type of winter precipitation. If it's snow, freezing rain, sleet, and then rain on the south side, you're just talking about a ton of precipitation here. And then you got the GFS model, which is, I feel like, in my opinion, a little bit too far south. So you gotta play a happy medium here and figure out, what's going on here. And then you got the NAM model here. NAM's still north, like the European model and the Canadian. So which one is actually going to pull through here? And I feel like we're really not going to figure out this question probably till tomorrow midday or tomorrow evening, once the models become more in line, especially when we can see the herd. Because I'm really interested to see what the herd model is going to put out here. And I really wish the RFS model was back online here, because it'd be helping us out a lot. So let's look at the GFS here. You can see the GF here has the low further south, right? Comes up like that, digs up. But the European model curves it more to the north right here, a little bit more northerly positioned than what the GFS model is showing right here. But the GFS, I mean, is pretty active with a winter pattern here across much of the central and northern U.S. with a lot of high pressures coming in, a lot of more cold air digging in behind this. So that could activate some lake effect snow as well. But I feel like this system has a chance of overperforming and amplifying with how much moisture is coming. It just depends on, we get more of a negatively tilt towards it maybe at the last second. That could absolutely help enhance the winds, maybe make the system more stronger, pulling in more moisture, overlapping into the cold air. And you can see there's a big lake effect snow band with that lake enhancement there feeding on the backside. It just kind of switches over too. And then we have the European model, which, like I said, European model shows more of a northerly track, more deepening low, more amplified, and then possible blizzard conditions as well with it on the backside, if we get strong wind gusts like that on the backside. But I don't think we'll have blizzard conditions. I think we'll just have winter storm warning criteria with possible near whiteout conditions in open areas. But if our system was more amplified, more stronger, I could even roll the chance of blizzard conditions on the backside of the low. But it's not going to be as that of a more organized system as it should be. But we are going to still see wind gusts out there of like 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts out there. It could lead out to whiteout conditions in some localized rural areas if the snow is blowing and drifting, if we get more of that fluffier snow accumulation. But I do like how the European model is currently showing. I do like that look. See, and it shows another system right after that going up. Shows another system digging into the south, going up the east coast. So it's going to be a very active February. Okay. And like I said, the snow total is based on European model, going all the way up there. So a lot of areas picking up between like maybe 8 and 12 inches plus of snow in some areas. That's what the European model is currently showing overall across, multi-states here. But like I said, it's all going to come down to the high resolution models to agree with that. And also you got to find your mean and your average between all the forecast models. And there could be, all the models could be wrong and the system actually overperforms, because every system we've had in the last 2 weeks has overperformed on moisture, overlapping the cold air, right? So that's going to tell you that this system has now a chance of overperforming with amplified moisture overlapping in the cold air. Once again, that does happen, and the system does want to back more, and it could strengthen maybe a little bit more, maybe nudge a little bit more north, tap into more colder air. Maybe we can squeeze out more snow ratio, higher snow ratios than just 15-to-1, maybe like a 17-to-1, 18-to-1. We got to see how much cold air is going to definitely be overlapping this when the system comes in. I like that curve right there on that back side too. I just feel like that, based on what I'm seeing here, I feel like the European model is really underdoing how strong the wind gusts are going to be on the backside of the low. So let's see what the HER model does show when it does show similarities to what the European model is showing. Because there's no way that you're going to have a system coming in like this on the like a low looking like this coming in across northern Illinois, and you're only having maximum wind gusts out to 30 on the backside of a low like this on the European model. It has to be more. Like maybe some 40 gusts in there, especially near the lake shores. The lake will only be enhancing, and I would say that you are pulling warmer air off the lake, but it is going to be cold overall, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. But we're definitely see some lake enhancement or some lake effect from that lake, because we'll have northeasterly winds and easterly winds ahead of the system. So the HER model's out now, but it's just not out further enough to see what we're seeing on our side. Yeah, the HER model only shows the beginning of this out towards Kansas City. Oops. Yeah, here's to HER. So it has it right here at Wednesday morning. A little sloppy of a system, right? There's some decent wind gusts out there, I guess, overlapping a little bit. Our temperature spread here looking nice. A lot more cold air at the surface. Look how deep those core colors are just on the northwest side of that front. The real cold Arctic air that's behind that. Really cold across Nebraska, the Dakotas, and northwest Iowa, looking at single digits and negative actual temperatures as well. That's not even the wind chill. Wonder if there's any freezing rain yet. Yeah, the HER model's trying to pick up on freezing rain across portions of northwest Oklahoma and the panhandle of Texas. And the temperature overlap out there would support some treacherous travel and hazardous travel as well if the temperature is below 25 degrees or 28 degrees with freezing rain accumulation out there. Could spell a little bit of disaster, I guess, especially with the cool air on the backside. Those wind gusts out there on the panhandle are always like pretty high, so even though it shows there's nothing there, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some decent wind gusts out there overlapping some icy roads. That does happen Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But here's the NAM3 cam model. I forgot about the NAM3 cam. NAM3 cam's in reach. I want to see what it was showing for freezing rain out here. Same thing. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, it shows freezing rain somewhere in the panhandle where it does set up at maybe northern portions of Oklahoma into southern Missouri, covering that whole interstate. What is that? It's 44, right? Yeah, it is Interstate 44. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to have winter weather advisories for Interstate 44. I don't know about ice storm warnings, but that is covering like the whole 44 corridor right there. You have ice accumulation all the way from St. Louis to Springfield, all the way down to Joplin, and then even possible into Tulsa, Oklahoma as well. The whole 44 corridor. So I mean, I don't know if it's ice storm potential worthy, but that will all determine on how all the forecast models do agree with each other. Because you see your temperature spread here is like 33 degrees. It's not that cold air overlapping directly yet. So like I said, remember how the other day we had freezing rain, but our temperatures were just above 30 degrees and then nothing would really stick. You need those temperatures in like the lower 20s. I mean, not the lower 20s, but below 29 degrees for a more substantial icing, freezing rain events. So you can see the system continues to move off to the northeast That goes into the Illinois side, so let's go over here. So here we are, systems coming in now across Illinois Tuesday evening. You see temperatures across central northern Indiana is 28 or 27 degrees. Looks like some freezing rain's trying to break out there, some sleet. Some decent front, it almost seems like F-Gen bands setting up across northern Illinois into northern Indiana, getting enhanced by easterly winds as well. Really strong wind gusts across maybe a possible F-Gen band there. Kind of that's what it's showing. Usually we get these tunneling winds here. A line on the north side of the system, it could be an F-Gen banding setting up there that could produce snowfall rates of 1 inch plus an hour snowfall rates. So that's something to watch the NAM3 cams picking up on. Yeah, right there you see it. Your winds go like basically southerly and it goes straight easterly right here. So that could be an F-Gen band right there. And the winds will collide with each other right there, enforcing and lift. And you'll get some really strong winds with some blowing and drifting snow. And you'll get some very heavy snowfall rates out of that, which could add up quickly and get enhanced by the lake as well. That could be treacherous travel. So that's something else to watch out there. That's what the NAM3KM is showing right there, and it shows it sitting right there. Yeah, it's just still feeding there too. NAM3KM looking pretty interesting with that F-Gen band. Some decent wind gusts out there, and this is still going into Wednesday night. The NAM3KM is showing a healthy freezing rain event on the southern corridor of this, but the surface temperatures are going to have a hard time grasping that, because you can have freezing rain falling, at temperatures 34 degrees to 30 degrees. It's going to freeze on trees and other surfaces if there's a cool air underneath, like at the surface, really strong cool air surface wind that kind of help create cooling, right? But unless your temperature is underneath like 29 degrees, it's going to have a hard time, accumulating, getting that more substantial icing. But the NAM3KM is showing some decent icing here. It's just all about that surface temperature here. And you see it's all in the area of 32 degrees or 33 degrees. So I don't know about that, but that's what it's showing here. Let's see, I can only go this far out here on the NAM3KM. But this is what the snowfall totals is, what the NAM3KM is showing all the way up till Wednesday night, and the system still hasn't moved out yet. So a lot different what the other forecast models were showing at this time. And then you got the, yep. Okay. Well, I'm just looking around at a couple other forecast models here to figure out, trying to pinpoint what is going on here. Let's go over to the RAP model. I wonder how far the RAP model is out to this point. Okay, RAP model only goes out to Wednesday afternoon. See, the cooler air overlaps a little bit more further south on the RAP model here, but the system's not as organized, but the RAP model never really picks up an organized reflectivity anyway, so it is giving that big heavy precipitation transition line right there too, but I think that's going to be, this system's going to be a huge system coming in across the upper Midwest. So it's not going to, I think this is all going to be filled in all the way around. And that's the GFS look at the same time, and that's the Europeans look at the same time. But like I said, European model, I feel like it's like underdoing a little bit. The wind gusts here across the area, I think it's a little bit slightly stronger. I think we could see 35, 40 gusts, especially near the lake, coming off the lake as well. Okay. Well, that's all I really have the time here. Kind of just break down some stuff for you guys right now. There's going to be more things to talk about, obviously, as we get closer to the event. But as right now, that's really all the details I have for you guys right now, because we'll see how I wait for her model and other models to update throughout today into tomorrow. And we'll probably know more of what's going on with the event as we get closer to it, probably tomorrow. So stay tuned for later updates, and appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to support the stream by donating stars to the stream. Each star represents 1 cent, so 100 stars equals $1. I do appreciate if you guys do help donate those stars. It does support the stream. Or you can sign up as a business sponsorship with me if you have a business that wants to be advertised. So either one of those are good options, but stay tuned for more later updates.